thank you for watching again. Special thanks to my trainer, Senior Master Rod Ferguson from the Australian Academy of Tai Chi and Qigong, and also special thanks to Samantha Hughes and her team at the Active and Healthy Citywide program, City of Gold Coast. What a complete Lohan 2 for you today. I'll go through the last 4 exercises there. To me, there's a mini close there and also the close itself. So, stretching up. All light, gentle exercise. Only go as far as what you feel comfortable and whatever is appropriate for you. You'll see with some of the exercises, I do use the assistance of a chair, and I think you've seen that in previous ones. So I have some mobility problems. This one's the tiger. Stretching up. I love this exercise because we're using all the joints in the fingers and also the wrist, elbow, shoulders. So notice when I go up, even though the bottom hand is actually relaxing, going up, stretching. To me, this is like the exercise we use in the lotus, where we push the palm up and we push the palm down. The elegant white crane stretches its wings in the morning sun. And we use derivatives of this exercise. So I love the exercises, really. I like some others we've done before. And that's quite okay. So we get familiarity. Sinking back into posture. Shoulder width apart, always shoulder width apart. So we support the body. We support the upper through the middle to the lower areas of the body. Sinking back into posture as we go back to the heels. First thing about Tai Chi, just relax. Sang Fong. Relax, let go. Very simple exercise, it's coming up and sinking back into posture. So we allow the body to condense, to contract, to inspire the air as much as possible, the star air out of the body. And then when we do come in, this is a great breathing exercise. So hands is coming up to the eyes and sinking back into posture. So we're pushing the air out symbolically and also in a physical sense, and lifting through the body. Lifting through the lungs, coming up to the eyes and pushing down again. Very good for calming the breath, calming the heart, calming and focusing the mind. We turn through the waist. Very good for all the regions of the back. Very good for shoulders. A lot of people do get very tense shoulders and very tense necks because of that. So this is a great exercise. I love to do this one first off with my students in the park. And we turn to our right hand side. Lifting and lowering. Coming back into center. Arms just nice and loose. If it's colder, by all means you can use that vibration. Today's quite a warm day after the rain. Picking up shoulders and sinking back. Expanding through the chest. So we expand on a vertical axis, so we're opening up all the spaces through this and projecting up through top of head. Being aware of a center line through the body, and also if we do this point just off the top of the head called Beiwai in Mandarin, meeting at 100 points. So think of a string actually projecting up, lifting up through the body. And this also lifts the shen, the spirit. So, coming up and coming down the other side. But also what we're doing is expanding horizontally as well as vertically. Simple exercise to do. Expanding through the hands, pushing out through the palms, projecting out through the fingers, and then just releasing. So anyone with any breathing difficulties, tension, this is a great exercise to do. Any congestion within the chest. Colds, flus, simple things like that. We can go towards the back. But very good for things like asthma, bronchitis, cystic fibrosis, emphysema. Pushing towards the back. Also project up through the toes. Anytime when we do come up on the toes, we strengthen through the feet and also through the legs as well. Very good exercise actually just for projecting up through the spine. We connect with the earth, we connect with gravity, but we project to the sky. Hands just rolling over. I love to use joints. If we don't use joints, they virtually die out of lack of nourishment. So we need to warm, nourish, nurture, move the joints. As the Arthritis Foundation says, if you don't use it, you lose it, which means you lose the function. So you can see how I'm just doing very simple exercises, very simple flow exercises. These ones you can do seated as well. Rolling over hands. Very good coordination exercise. Particularly use this one for the elderly, where they have that tactile sensation, the joining of the fingers. I always say, imagine you have super glue on your fingers. So you can't brace them apart. What you've got to do is just move your hands. And you can see how we have the incorporation of not just the fingers, but also the wrist, elbows. Elbows is nice and relaxed, shoulders nice and relaxed as well. So we simply just flow with that movement. Coming up, hands to there like in a prayer position. This is like monk in meditation. And we push over to our left hand side. Breathing out, we breathe in, we come back into center, and we push out the other side. We can also use the rotational aspects here. Just going slowly so you do not hurt your wrists. There's no rush, there's no hurry, no need. So coming out to there, and we can go the other way. We can also just project out. When I do, you notice in all cases, sink back into posture, provide that foundation first, that safe foundation, and then do the movement. This one's called spear hand. And projecting out. There's also a movement actually in the 5 animals with the snake. See how I turn to my right hand side? My hand comes up like this and I project out. Coming back into posture, turning to my left hand side and projecting out. This is the snake. Imagine the snake. It's all muscle. So in the long grass it has to project itself up, the head out of the grass so it can see where it's going. This is one of my favourite movements too. Haven't done this one for a little while. One movement always reminds me of another. I always say to my students, they're doing something and I go, oh yeah, what about that one? And it just reminds me of another exercise. So do one more on that. So projecting out. And that's why I like to do the tiger as well. Okay, coming down to waist, figure eight. This is particularly good for the abdominals, very good abdominal exercise. And very good for all the regions of the back, but particularly good for the lower back, the lumbar region. Very good for hips, very good for knees, and very good for ankles. So we're winding down like a spring, and also the other way. Very good for the whole foot as well, because it's the whole foot involved. And coming back. Transferring weight out the right hand side, we swivel with that left foot to there. I like to do just this simple one. Sinking down. So our weight is just going directly down through our feet. There isn't one weight bearing exercise here. When we do transfer weight, we do transfer weight to the back foot. Placing that left foot down, always making sure that's a safe position first. We swivel with the right foot, sinking back into posture. From here, we can also do a breathing exercise. So coming up and breathing out. So we go down to the waist. We gather, it's gathering the air again, and gathering through the body. I always think of the air coming in through the diaphragm, Coming in through the diaphragm, coming through the internal organs, because all the space and cavity there, coming into the chest. So we come up to the eyes in this case. Don't hold your breath. As natural as you bring it in, breathe out. So we place that heel, place the foot back, make sure that's safe. We swivel with our left foot to there, and also the other side. Simple, simple exercises to do. Gentle stretching throughout the body. Understanding how a body works and working with it plays. That's what I always say to my students. And never working against your body, because it's like a machine, it's like your car. You work against that, it's going to crash at some stage. So always being of service to your body, not a disservice. That's what I mean. Coming back into centre, and as you know, we go from side to side, we turn a foot out, we turn the toes out, so that's why we do this exercise as well. So swiveling off the toes and bringing the heel in. This is all about increased range of movement and increased range of rotation. Placing that left foot down, again shoulder width apart, horse riding stance, and coming down. And by the way, you can always adjust that stance as well. So a little bit narrow if you wish, if you feel more comfortable with that. Coming out, supporting the body, and coming down a little bit further. My trainer can go out much further than what I can. He's much more flexible. No problem. We all have different medical history. If you have trouble with an exercise, you can always stop, think about where do we go next, or simply just slow down the exercise as well. And that gives you time to reflect, that gives you time to actually just work it out. There's simple things that you probably forgot, just that little joining part. It's like in a jigsaw. Coming back, transferring weight out the right hand side, you see how I sit. And in all instances, our body does sit. It sits into itself. I always say when we sit into a chair, we become the chair. We're stepping out with the heel to there and rotating. Empty step. So as if we can just take that foot away. In many cases, that's what we do with the exercises too. Love this one. Placing that left foot down, transferring weight over the left hand side, and always making sure that I have that support through my left foot and step out with my right. So all the rotational aspects through the ankle, through the knee, and also through the hip. All supportive. It is to support not just one area of the body, but in collaboration, in combination throughout the whole body. So it's a companionable exercise. So placing that foot down, that right foot down to there, sinking back into posture, we step out. So I always say to my students, we can go short, we can go medium, we can go long term. I've been doing long term, a long distance projection, so I'm just going to go for a medium. Rotating. And it looks like it's just off the toes here, but it's the whole foot involved. It is the ankle, it is the knee, it also is the hip. It's also the abdominals, because you can feel that movement there. And it's also lower back, the lumbar region there, is because we can feel that. So everything has to work in collaboration, in combination. Placing that left foot down, sinking back into posture, making sure that that is safe. And I step out with that right foot to there. These are great exercises simply just for sensitivity within the feet and also the legs as well. And that's why I say they're very good for people with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Very good for the elderly, so they can feel. If they've bumped on something, it needs to register quickly in the brain, so to correct falling. Very good for circulation, providing good circulation to the toes with blood flow, but also taking away impurities. So working with the lymphatic system as well. So simple exercise to do if you're just on your feet all day. Maybe you've gone to the service station, there's a long wait at the bank or something like this. Always suggest this exercise. Do this one first thing in the morning as well. So if we did this one quite vigorously, it's a very effective aerobic exercise. This is slightly aerobic. See how I'm just slowing down the exercise, sinking down the posture. I'm squeezing, in this case, my left foot. This one feels nice and light. So the action here upon the quadriceps is very good for the venous return back to the heart. So it's very good for good heart health. For any palpitations, any irregularity of the heart, high, low blood pressure. So always recommend that. See how the body just sinks and supports. Arms are really like pendulums, just coming down. Shoulders coming across, projecting up through the spine. So I have that projection up. I have the support coming across horizontally as well. Great exercise to do. It's very good for strengthening through the feet, through the legs. Very good for strengthening through the hips as well. Very good for if we sit too long. And I'm always guarded against that when you sit too much at the computer or sit at the coffee shop or sit watching TV. These are great exercises to do. Okay, coming back, and want to do something like this. I'm pushing back. Do want to do one of my favourite exercises. I was just thinking about that one too. Transferring weight out the right hand side, we step back into position, making sure that we have that gait, we have the support through the shoulders, coming back to here. Okay, I'm pushing back with my hands, I place my heel back and I push towards the front. So as if I'm pushing against a wall, or maybe I'm moving a table. Turning hands over, pushing back. So we're getting the extension actually from the heel all the way up through the leg, all the way through the body, through the spine, and we get the projection up to here. It reminds me of the exercise we do with the wild horse drinks water, because we get that projection all the way through the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing that left foot back in, transferring weight out the left hand side, and we step back with the right foot to there, making sure that's secure. And I've got the heel up, I'm pushing with my hands down. I place the heel on the ground and project with my hands coming forward. This one doesn't have any particular name. Very good for cramps, actually within the feet, within the legs, projecting up. A lot of people do get cramps in the gastrocnemius, the calf muscle, and also in the quadriceps, and the hamstrings. Sometimes they get mixed up. Okay, pushing back, we project, pushing forward. Great exercise to do. Let's do one more. So this is very good for relieving tension and untwisting muscle. So that's a great exercise for that. Simple one to do as well. Projecting up. In fact, I'll do peacock unfolds its tail. And we do this one actually in Shibashi 2, or Shibashi-er. Getting better in. Hands coming up. You can come up on the toes if you wish. See how the hands are together, and we simply just push out. Projecting out with the fingers, projecting out with the palms. You can even have a situation, and you'll notice in some of the exercises, like the wild horse drinks water, where we push out to the sides. And we come back. So again, coming down a little bit further, and actually hands go forward. I was thinking of another exercise there, which I'll go through. It's one of my favourites too. So all I'm saying is that this can be a standalone exercise as well. And it's also like a standalone exercise we do. Where we have the lotus, spirals downwards, or the spiraling lotus. So we sink back into posture, just relaxing. See how the elbows just drop. We're not carrying the arms or carrying the elbows at all. And hands just come forward. And what we're doing is actually coming forward on the front. Hands are there. So it is a chop forward. We breathe in as we come back towards the body. Just breathing in and breathing out at any stage. Gently, please do not hold your breath, but just naturally allow the body to do that. We're coming back. In the wild horse that drinks water, we're focusing on this area here, Ming Men, right gate. And it's a very, very important kidney point, but also, because it is related to the kidneys, but also very, very important bladder point as well, because we have the bladder meridians, which actually come from the head, connect to the brain, which actually come down the neck and come down the back. They support the back. Very good for supporting through the back, and then coming down to bladder 67 on the outside of the little toes on both sides. So come down to here. So hands to here. Oh, we'll just do that one again. So going down as far as what you feel. This is a very good lifting exercise actually for picking up something heavy, and you notice how we sink down. Please do not bend at the waist, because otherwise you hurt your lower back, and that's where most people do and have back problems because of that. Too much stress in one area. So we pick up. And in the standalone exercise, we come up. We use this one actually in Lohan 1. And you see how we use that in combination with two other exercises. Relaxing. Hands coming forward. And coming down. Okay, so we're going to be going through that. I'll just use the assistance of the chair because I will need that. So only going as far as what you feel comfortable. You can. This is why the Tai Chi and Qigong exercises, you can always modify them. We all have different elements and limitations, but it's working on our strengths. Recognizing our weaknesses, working on strengths, and building. What I did as an acupuncturist is actually build from weaknesses into strengths. I left strengths as strengths, and then built weaknesses, so we have equal strengths. Okay, with this one, and this is the Tibetan dance. So it's a bit of a party. So the girls would have bells on their ankles, so they go from side to side. And you notice the movement is like gazing at the moon, the 8th exercise from Shivashi 1. So we sink back into posture, we push up. You notice how we use this also in Lohan 1 as well. To a limited degree, but still the projection is there. So breathing out when we come down, we turn through the waist and we breathe in as we project up. Movements don't have to be big, by the way. So if you do have limitations, I do have students who can only take their hands to here. In other words, it's lower than the shoulders. And a lot of the students, particularly the elderly, are seated. So they can only just go to there. And that's fine. So a little bit of good movement, good technique is better than doing nothing at all. If we do nothing, we go backwards. Coming up to there, and then sinking back into posture. So with this technique, what I'm going to be doing is actually placing the instep of my foot into the popliteal crease. Okay? Bladder 60 is just in the middle of that. Very important point, actually from the feet up to the hips. Very good for legs, but also very good local point, actually around the knees. And a lot of people do have knee reconstruction simply because they've done a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of heavy work, and damaged the knees because it simply hasn't been supportive. And that's what does happen. So what I'm going to be doing is sinking back into posture first, always going down. When we go up, always go down to support the movement. And what I'm going to be doing is placing that right instep into there. So here's how I come down. It's like I enclose. I actually close over my right instep with my left leg. And then coming out to there, sinking back into posture, coming to there. So when we do come across, I have my right hand up, I'm on my right leg, so I have my right hand up and I have the projection at my left hand. And the hands they just release. That's all they need to do. So I'm going to place that instep, my right foot first, and then I'm going to do the hand movements. And when I push up with my left hand, it's like a block. Right hand is just coming out in front of the chest. And just relax. Tibetan dance. Do this in such a way, I'll just place that foot first, and then come over. So sinking back into posture. So it's not a high movement. In all the exercises, it's not high, it's low. Low because we can support the movement, we have that grounding. We establish that grounding, we establish that safe foundation first. Oh, just do 2 more. So coming over to here. And I know I'm just moving slowly. I'm moving slower than what most people would do actually with this exercise as well. But that's okay. That's quite okay. You go at the speed which is safe and comfortable for you and appropriate for you as well. So, Tibetan dance. The next one, sinking back in posture. This is placing incense in the urn. So we come up, again we go from our right hand side. So it's like scooping the water, warrior scoops the water. So I transfer weight over to my left hand side, my right hand side I should say. I sink back into posture. And come up to here. And what I do is just raise that right leg and step back. So it's with my left leg to there. Excuse me, I'm just running my feet. Left hand, the right hand is coming to there. And I step out. Coming up to here, that's right. And if you can, stepping out, I'm just going to do a small movement here. Pushing out. So it's like you've got 2 supportive objects there. It's like you're going through a partition in 2 walls. So do that one again. So we scoop, we gather. Into a prayer position again. I transfer weight over to my left hand side and I push out. Sinking back into posture because I'm on my right foot, and my right hand to here, coming up with my left foot. I step back, and I can step back. What I'm going to be doing is actually just stepping to the side. So I'm sinking back into posture, coming down. This is placing the incense in the urn. If you wish, coming up to here. It's like the movement we do cross legs. Separate hands, cross legs. And we come back. Okay, and that's from Shavasana X. Coming back to there. So, next movement. I love this one. I've been doing this down the beach. So, we have our hands over like this to our right hand side. And we step. We pluck. So it's as if you're running out the door. Oh, there's a tissue, there's the car keys, this is what I need. Oh. So you see how the hand rolls over. It actually rolls over this way, or over the other way, and we pluck. So it's the movement there within the wrist to actually pluck. And you see how the arm is just nice and loose, shoulders loose, elbows loose, hand is loose. So nothing stiff. And we have the projection from here. I step out to my left hand side. And my left hand comes up like this. The right hand goes out. Easiest way to do this is actually we just project out to there. And with my left hand, see how I have the outside of the hand just pushing out. And we project out and we push. And when we come out to the sides, to there. Bringing my left foot back, over to, bringing my right foot over to my left hand side. We have the projection over to there. Again, I pluck with my hand, with my left hand in this case. I step out to my right. Hand comes around. We do the hook first, and we project out. Coming over to there. Stepping out. This is a single whip in the horse riding stance. So when we do push out to there, sinking back into posture. So projecting out on the palm to sit. Just want to take a little bit more time with this one. So we pluck the hand, we come around my right hand to here, and you see how the hand comes out. It's like 3 rings embrace the moon. So we're using the outside of the hand. And it's like the movement we do, actually just at the close, towards the close actually of Lohan 1, where the hand just goes out, where we come out with the Lohan hand and push out. Okay? Incense, dragon six incense. So the hand comes out to here, we push out, and we push. We'll just do one more to the other side. Stepping out. Single whip in the horse riding stance. The last exercise, again in the horse riding stance to here, we have soft fists. So this is like separating the clouds, very much like that. With soft fists, and only with soft fists, nothing stiff, nothing hard. We just come up. We go 1. See how the hands just cross over. I always think of this as a resting station. As if you've just got your arms on, resting on a bench or a table. Pushing up. We do 2. We do 3. When we come out to here, we actually push with the knuckles going out. So we extend through the body, we extend through the arms, and you see how my right hand comes back to here, and that's where it's placed. So it's just that object to there. What we can do is with the Lohan hand, pushing out. The warrior draws the bow, and we just release. Doing 1. And not back too far. Do 2. 3. We push out, standing through the knuckles. We come back to there, and pushing out. Do one more over on the left hand side. Excuse me, I'll just get this out of the way. We're working in a very small area, and I deliberately do that so I can show. Hopefully I can demonstrate you don't need a lot of area. Or in a very small area, at least you can do something. Up. So come down. We do 1. We do 2. We do 3. Extend out first. We come back. And pushing out. And come towards the close. Again, we have this presentation. Love this exercise here. To me, it's like offering slices of oranges to the kids. So, coming out to here, we sink back into posture. Oh, hands come up like this. That's right. Hands come up like this. So it's like the water out of the lotus, distributing the water across the land. We sink back into posture. And I do this exercise quite a lot, where we just bend the elbows and push up with the palms. So we rotate through the palms as well. Hands come back. We've done this exercise many times. Spiral in lotus, or the lotus spirals downwards. Elbows are nice and relaxed. Hands just come forward. Breathing in as we come back. And then we go through the close. It's the second time we do the monk in meditation. So being aware of your space, being aware of the transition that the Lohan has gone through. From warrior to enlightened monk. You can always use this position just to relax and to meditate, to focus. With simple close. And then we just calm the breath. We calm through the body. When you're heady, when you're flustered, when you're angry, frustrated, out of sorts, mentally, physically, otherwise. It's calming. I learned this technique actually in acupuncture, where you have a concentration of energy. What you need to do is move it on. So what we're doing is diluting, you might say, and distributing through the body. And then we step back. We've completed the transition. Coming back. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I think I'll only have time actually to go through Lohan 2 today and put all those movements together. And I'll go through slowly. So please, be at your own pace. If you need a break, by all means, no problem at all. So we start with the left hand going over to the right. And it's over in the liver area here, so we actually turn through the body. We actually turn through the body and we make that massage with the left hand coming over. To go left, we go right. Come out a little bit further. To here, my apologies. Think of another exercise, and I often do actually. I'll just start this one again. I often think of 2 exercises at one time. So we turn through the body. When we come up, we breathe in. We can see how there's a block with the hand, and we sink back into posture. And then we project out. See how this is an extension. When we extend, of course, we're breathing in. So extend through the body, we naturally just breathe in. When we come back, we breathe out. So I'm going to take this is the second time we go around. Breathing out, releasing. Spiral green dragon, seeks the pearl. So I'm going to take that as the third time. We have the right hand just coming over to the left. Sinking back into posture. We're turning through the central line, we're turning through the central axis. Imagine a string from Baywai actually just coming up. And this is all about good postural alignment. Love this exercise simply just for flexibility throughout the whole body. Enhancing movement, enhancing good circulation. Do one more. And coming out. Second exercise from Lohan 2. Sinking back into posture. And you notice we use this movement. To me, it's like presentation. So when we come back to the body, we breathe in. And we breathe out, so we come down. This is encompassing. It's like the movement we do, actually, with the 3 rings embrace the moon. So we actually have a movement here. We come over, and the thumbs are pointing down. Fingers are standing out. Little pinkies are up. Coming up, we sink back into posture, and we just release. Releasing the elbows, taking the stress off the shoulders and off the elbows. That's very key. And coming forward with both hands. Just do that one again for you. The double dragon, florix in the clouds. Sinking back into posture. We project. Breathing in as we come back towards the body. I personally love that massage, particularly to the kidneys, enhancing good renal function, releasing, engaging, relaxing. A double dragon, florix in the glass. Turn around for this one. So we scoop. It's like 3 rings embrace the moon. We actually start off with the hands to here. We just release. We allow that scooping action coming up. When we do come up, again turning through the central axis and projecting up. There's a projection up with our hand going up. It's on the inside of the spine as well. We turn through the body. See how that arm comes back. And then we come down. It's a block and a chop. Now to here. Scooping again. I think every instructor's got their favourite exercises. I've been asked by my students, oh, which ones do you like? And I just say, all of them. Because even when I'm having trouble with a particular exercise, some exercises just don't click immediately, and that's true with everybody. That is just true, no matter what you're doing. But when I work on them, and it does click, that's when it all happens. It's a great exercise to do. Okay, so we come back to there. The Lohan washes the clothes. So big tub, and we push out. Hardest thing is actually just to get this going, because we have the momentum. We've got to use the momentum, the force, and when it does get going, it's easy to do. So it's like a square, and just smoothing out the corners. So we do 2. I'll just do this one as 2. I lost count. Coming back, we do 3, and we come up. Soft hand, soft back of hand. To here, we place that foot down. So it's not a stomp, nothing hard. Coming down. Right hand. Do 1. Very good for the waist, actually very good for all the regions of the back. Love this exercise. Very good for the abdominals. Because we turn through the hips, so it engages also the knees as well. I'll take that as 2. The third one. Just come up. I'm going to do an adaptive exercise here, just with the toes. Coming up, I place the foot down and to there. Okay, so we'll move on. Yes, this one here. It's easy to do it this way. This is the Lohan, reclines upon the pillow. So, to there. So we're holding the ball. So we sink back in posture. We come up, we're pushing down, pushing up at the same time. This is like the elegant white crane. Extends its wings, opens its wings in the Lohan, in the lotus, I should say. We turn through the body. See how the hands come out? This is like the phoenix wings, or wings of the phoenix. When we come over, see how I have my right hand on top, left hand at the bottom? It's very easy for me to come over to here. We rotate, pushing down, rotating through the body, sinking back into posture, push. This is going to be the third one. So hands to here, the Lohan reclines upon the pillow. Holding the ball, standing with the hands. We come over, we project out. See how the hands come back, and my right hand just goes down. So hands are separating up to here. My right hand is going down, my left hand is coming up. So we separate the hands, and then we turn. Easiest way is to actually just turn through the waist. So I always think of securing my bottom hand. So therefore I can turn through the waist, I can project. But only going as far as what you feel comfortable. We come back over the other side. And it's just natural, just a natural fit here. With my left hand to here, coming down, pushing up, pushing out to the sides. When we come back, my left hand is on top, right hand is underneath. So you can turn through the waist here, up, holding the ball again, pushing down, pushing up, and projecting down. This is the third one, so what I'm going to be doing, again, my hands are going to be sliding over each other. My right hand is going to be going down, left hand is going to be, other way around. My right hand is going to be coming up, left hand is going to be pushing down. So I slide my hands out, up to there, and then turn through the body. And again, I'm just securing that left hand. So sinking back into posture, we rotate through the waist, and we project, and we come back. Okay. So that's a great one for there. Okay, we've got to do the floor. So shoulder width apart like this, and you notice how we have that same progression. So shoulder width apart, horse running stance, we have the projection out to here. When we come over, so it's a flow, it's a dance. Pushing over, and I always think of just pushing over a chair. Outside of the hand it's like 3 rings and embrace the moon, so we have that action there. So we have 1. We have 2. We have 3. So Lohan, sweeps the floor. The fourth one, we actually have that neutral position here. So it's neutral, so we come over to our left first, we have a come over, we come over to the right, we push over. This is the 5th exercise. So again, we have that projection and flowing out, so the feet together like this, and then we open. So now we start a progression from our left to our right hand side. So we have 1, we have 2. We have 3, up. Flowing through the body, most important. This enhances good circulation. 4, neutral position here, up. So there's no stiffness. And for 5, excuse me, you just have to forgive my leg here, just pushing out to the 5, pop to there, and then we reset. So it's like rebooting the computer. We come back. Okay, so now we're going to do the Tibetan dance. So I'll just bring over my chair, and I usually do this out in the railing around the pool. So the hand movement is coming up to here, and we have the flow. So we breathe in, coming up, we breathe out when we come back. We turn through the waist, so it's like gazing at the moon. 8th exercise from Shibashi 1. Breathing in, and breathing out. And we come back into center. With the feet movement, always doing the feet, well, it's always best to do the feet first, low center of gravity. So what I'm going to be doing is actually taking that instep, my right foot, the instep into the popliteal crease of my left. I'm going to be placing that foot out, and I'm going to be placing that left foot into my right, and then coming out. So we come down. So I'll do the foot movement first, into there, and with my left hand, because it's my left foot, which is on the outside, which is the supporting foot, so I have my left hand up and I have my right hand out to there, and I come back, sinking back into posture to there, and I'm doing that, on the right hand side. Just try to work slowly here, and I come back into center. Do that again. So I come back. So always doing the feet first, please, because you set up that support, that foundation. Pushing up. So, lighting incense in the urn. We sink back into posture. We gather. This is like the warrior sweeps the water in Lohan 1. We come up. Peacock unfolds its tail. So we turn out to here. turn out to the sides, and normally just bring up my foot, my right leg to there, and because I'm on my left foot, left hand, and I place. So coming back to there, and coming back to here, and we bring our feet in. So you don't have to go high. In fact, I'm deliberately not going to go high at all, just to show you that movement. So small movements are just as effective as the big ones. In fact, they take a little bit more thought to actually do. So we project out, we turn out to the right hand side. So I'm just going to come up to here with my toes, and again plating the incense in the urn. What you can do is actually come back, sinking back into posture, and coming up and placing the feet out. So up to there, and that's what works. Okay, so where are we up to? This one here. So hands out to the sides, we pluck, we come back, that's right, we come out, we have both feet together, sinking back into posture. This is single whip in the horse riding stance. So we pluck first, you see how the hand is nice and loose. To there, hand comes around, we push out the hand to there, we step out, we scan the horizon. To there. We come in, both hands projecting to our left hand side, we pluck with the left hand, we sink back into posture, we step out with the right foot, and we scan the horizon to our right. There. Stepping up first, hand coming around, we secure the hook first, and then we scan the horizon out to there. Sinking back into posture, a little bit too far forward, I know. Just with soft fists. So we do one. Sinking back into posture. So it's like separating the clouds, and then we have soft fists. We do two. We do three. Hands come out. We project up with fists to there. We come back in. So my fist is in this position, just in front of the face. And we can also use that Lohan hand to come out. And we just release. We're doing one. We do two. The warrior bends the bow. We do three. Coming out to the sides. You can look either way. In fact, you can look both ways if you wish. And coming back. Now my left hand is in front of my face like this. And we just release. And for the close, we come forward. It's like doing a presentation. To there. Oh, and we come up as if we're distributing the water. That's it. So from here, we distribute the water across the land, bending over, pushing, releasing. And we've done this movement many times. Hands just coming forward, it's like the spiral in lotus, or the lotus spirals downwards. We come back. And we project out. Into monk in meditation. So sitting, relaxing through the body. We are human, we're not statues, we're not robots. So sitting in such a way, and that's why I suggest you can come out a little bit further if you wish, just rotating the feet out or coming back in. Just relax. I'm going to do the fast one. Pop. So come up to there, and then we calm the chin. Coming through the body. Sensing any areas which are trouble. Sensing any areas which need attention. We step back, the left foot, we step back with the right. And this is about transition from warrior into contented, enlightened, humble monk. So next time what I'll do is I'll put it all together. I was hoping to do that this time, we just ran out of time. I'll do the lotus for you. Shoulder width apart, sinking back into posture. Feeling the movement of your body. Being aware, being mindfully aware of every movement through your body. What I like to do with this one is actually stand up through the top of the head, open up the chest, and then relax. Waving arms in the air in the horse riding stance. Turtle, treads water. So crossing over the arms, extending the head through the body, clasping onto the shoulders and then squeezing the shoulders as much as possible. So this is the yin aspect. This is the yang. Snow rabbit digs the earth. It goes towards the back, comes towards the front. Scooping for a spring water, pouring upon the land. The lotus flower blooms out of the swamp. Using all the joints of the fingers and also the wrist to count them. The rains fall down. And the crops grow towards the sky. Coming up on the toes is optional. To project as far as what you wish, for as long as what you wish. Clasping, gathering with the palm, coming up to settle on as we breathe in, we turn through the waist, and we push to our right hand side. Can't push any further, so we just release. Turn waist, push hands, or to push the door, or to push the temple door, or to face the wind. Or to push the palm, or to press the wind. From the belly button, we lift the sky, coming up to the eyes, rolling over hands to press the earth, always bending from the waistbands and from the knees. Only going down as far as what you feel comfortable, to press up through the feet, through the legs, to extend up through the back. Right hand pushes down, left hand pushes up. The elegant white crane stretches its wings in the morning sun. Snow rabbit digs the earth. We start the form, we finish the form with waving arms in the air and the horse riding stance. I may suggest placing the hands just below the belly button, the dantian, the center, quiet standing, standing Zen. and swimming away. I'm Holmes from Tai Chi Gold Coast. Thank you for joining us again. We still have a few more to go. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.